Welcome guys to Matt's studio, office, practice room. It's a bit of everything, Matt, and it's a bit exciting. You're going to show me around, aren't you?
Streaming location as well.
Yeah.
You know, I've sort of been doing YouTube now for about 4 or 5 years out of my living room, and I thought I need to do that a bit better, but also my coaching. So I've been travelling around, doing my coaching, doing different bits. I've been going to people's houses, and what that tends to be tricky, because if someone wants a session in Essex, I've got to wait till I've got 2 or 3 sessions in Essex to make it viable to go do the trip. So people are waiting a long time. It's done at house, it's not done as well. I can't control the environment. Here, I can provide the best possible service. We can see straight away with the dartboard side. This is used for multiple things. Streaming, people recognise it from there. They'll also recognise it in videos, because I do my videos, but also this is the board I coach people on now as well, so I can control the environment. I've got the perfect setup, so I can have cameras on players. People need instant feedback, things so I can show people improvements. I can do that with video form. I've got it all hooked up, all the cables are in, so I can go straight through to a laptop and I can give you it from different angles. The canvas, interesting story here. Originally, I went to do something to cover the radiator, like a radiator cover, got the wrong size. So then I thought I'm going to put a shelving unit up. Didn't like it, didn't look good. So now what I've done is I made holes in the wall.
So I had to cover it,
And that worked out quite well, especially when you've got the lights on now. That looks like a real nice stage set as well. As you know, great throw.
Well, it's a fantastic throw, and we were discussing that earlier. I'm not quite sure why, but I seem to hit 180s on this board non-stop. Most important thing for me, as always, is measurements. Now, he's got a bit of a radiator here, but with the board coming out from the wall, what I'm going to do is just use a dart with a longer point to make this work. So I'm going to pop it in the bullseye like that. Yeah, and as expected for a professional dart player, it's absolutely perfect. We'll see if this is right as well. Again, on the angle. And it's spot on. And I've got to be honest, I'm not surprised, because I have had a throw and it's one of the greatest throws I've ever had a throw on. I've managed to hit 180s, which is amazing. So talk to me about the things in the room, Matt.
Straight away here on this wall, we've got 4 shirts. Now, these are the shirts, all nicely framed, of which I've played in the World Championships win.
So they're
these
just
are
from the Worlds?
Just World Championship round 1, each one.
Okay.
So this one I got to the 2nd round, but this is the 1st round shirt. Not only that, we've also got the flights of which I played that match
that you
with.
Used.
So anyone who's come up who's watched me in those games, it gives you a nice little bit of a sort of a chance to see something that's very important to me and something I'm very proud of, playing in 4 World Championships. So I like to have them on display. It makes it nice in the background. So when I do my videos, this is the side of the room I shoot. I don't really shoot that side. Not only that, I put the lights on here as well, and we've got the strip lighting in the roof, so it makes a really nice backdrop.
I've got a favourite already, and it's this one, because I love the World Championship that's spelt wrong.
Yes. Yes, that's so
that's absolutely brilliant, and that shows it's unique. Yeah, so what happened there?
If you actually bought the shirt, so we released this 75 shirts of the Edgar Mania shirt, 75 copies. Now, when the version went out, which went out to public, it got corrected. So there's only 7 of these, which are spelled incorrectly, which are owned by me and very close family and friends. They're all in tight family and friend units, so you're probably never going to see them unless you come here.
Yeah.
And actually, true story, so when the walk-on was done, I stood and the camera was behind me and it zoomed in on, and no one mentioned it. Not one person noticed it,
That's amazing, isn't it?
And that was live on Sky Sports. So Hulk Hogan inspired. One of my sponsors at the time was very well connected and managed to get me a nice little gift, which is this belt here.
Right.
Now, this belt is an old wrestling belt. We know I'm a big wrestling fan.
Yes, you are.
Now, this is signed by Hulk Hogan. So this belt was sort of sent to me as a gift, and I remember it coming in the box. But when it came through, I got the box, and I pulled out a picture of Hulk Hogan with a handwritten letter, like, to me. I saw the picture, I thought, oh, right, it's great. He sent me a signed picture of Hulk Hogan. I'm looking at it, I'm like, why has he just sent me a picture of Hulk Hogan? It's not even signed. Like, and then Hulk Hogan's in his gym, and he's holding a belt. And I thought, I wonder if the belt's in the box, and it was.
Yeah, pretty special to have that in there, and some other stuff in there, a few trophies, and a big one on the top. Wasn't that something from a couple of years back?
2023, that's when I won Slovenia. Ranked event on the WF Tour. We've got a couple of other WF titles in here, along with a couple of other sort of like finalists and things like that. This, though, for me, is probably one of my most important things up here.
Yeah, the tea set.
Tea set, yeah.
Yeah,
So
talk
my
me through that.
granddad was very big in the 60s. Got to the Alexandra Palace in 1963, and when you went through in those days, you didn't get prize money and things like we've got now. What you used to get is you used to get things like tea sets, gold darts, silver darts. I've got all those and the programmes. Right here is my first World Championship shirt. And that shirt is the closest to my granddad's stuff. So there's no randomisation up here. Like everything is thought through. And when you hear the stories, it makes sense. But if you just come up and saw it, you wouldn't think it would.
No.
But 60 years apart, my granddad at Alexandra Palace, me at Alexandra Palace. Playing in the biggest event in the world at the time.
This is the office side, isn't it? Yes. This side, you know, there's lots going on here. Nice to see pop there for your guests. There's plenty of pop and fridge, and it's ice cold as well. So that's I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean the hockey's here. We move that out of the way so we can move around. We've got my drawers here that's full of things like my merchandise and stuff. So this is a workspace now. Yeah. So anytime I'm sending out any merchandise or anything, it's all up here.
Cool.
Plus I've got a unit just over the way. Yeah. So everything is up here for that. Hospitality for me is very important. I want people to feel welcome when they come up here. I want them to feel comfortable because that's when they're going to enjoy their session the most. And I want to give them the best possible service I can. We've got the air cooler here, ready for the summer. Here is the computer.
Oh, is this where we're going to live stream later on the computer?
Well, as you can see, it's set up, but I've sort of pushed them. I've got double monitors, so I can see the chat on one, you can see live on the other.
Oh, brilliant.
And they're not plugged in or turned on. Yeah, so I use my laptop still at the minute. Plus, I've got to finish the hockey. The hockey's practical, it's usable, but I want to make it foldable. I want to put a runway on, and I want to put some lights on it.
Ambience.
As you know, the daytime, you see the day?
Yeah. Can we turn it into night?
Well, up here, I've put little bits of Velcro, so I don't have to have it on there permanently. I can just put a little blackout curtain up there.
How could he make it better? I think maybe this side could have a bit of cover up over where the electric cables are. The hockey still needs a bit of work. You know, it needs some wood on the top of the hockey and then maybe carpeted over the top. Maybe you could tidy up this side of the room. But other than that, look, it's a great room. It is a great room. It's measured perfectly. I expected it to be measured perfectly. Of course I love the board, the surround and the light, of course I do. And it's a great throw. I'm gonna have a go in a minute. I'm gonna hit another 180, I know I am, because I've never felt at home. I don't know whether it's the low ceiling or the small size of the room. There's something about this room that if I could play here all the time, I think I'd be getting my darts back out again.